Hello and welcome to another Let's Play Heads Up. So we're against a guy from Russia with 8-5 on the button, so we'll do the mean raise and start getting a feel for our opponent. He folds, so okay. He's willing to fold some hands apparently. 6-7 suited, obviously want to see a flop, he lets me see it for free. We get a monster, because we get a pair, we get a flush draw. He calls there. The 5 doesn't make a difference, like he could easily put it on a 7 or a queen here. If he bets, I don't know if I'd even call. It obviously depends on the bet size. But with something like a 5 or a queen, I think he should check. Like 100 seems like an overbet. What could he have here? I'm just gonna call to see, so it did indeed have a 3 here, didn't bet it, and got 2 pair. And so if he bets on the river, it was purely value apparently. 9 king, willing to see a flop. I'll actually raise. We have a gut shot here, like I'm willing to go to there for free. We check twice, so he should take it away. He doesn't. And he actually hit a 4, so that's why he's checking, I guess. So another king. It's sad that he had a weaker king and got there, but that's poker, ladies and gentlemen. Deuce 5 suited, not a great hand, but again, he's just a limper. We can make runner flush. We are drawing that, I think. Like, I'm not even gonna bet here, like I'm playing the board. Pretty terrible. Again, overbet last time I called it. This time I won't. We have king jack into the standard button raise. He folds. Maybe I shouldn't do the standard button raise too often. He limps again. Most of the times your king is good. Like even if he bets here, I'd call. Yeah, I have 2 pair with a king, which is probably good. And indeed it was. But he went with an overbet again. It seems that he likes to overbet on the river. Like last time it was value, this time it wasn't. He does fold a lot though, so he does play a bit tight. We have pocket threes, decent hand, want to see a flop with it. We do the standard button raise. 9-4-6. Of course you have pocket threes, so you usually get overcards, so we'll see bet and see what he does. If he shows any kind of aggression or any... like we do give him value to call, but that's fine. He does fold though, so... yeah, it's a pretty annoying board. 4-8 I'd probably fold if he makes a raise here. Like it would be his very first raise as well. He just limps. Limping is great to slow play hands, but yeah, whatever, dude. Pocket aces. So the standard, he has to get really tired of what I do here, right? King 10-7, pretty wet board, 8-9 connects, queen jack even connects, flush draws get there, so we are gonna bet a bit high, just to make him pay if he has a draw, and he didn't. Like, the board was pretty annoying. 3 deuce I'd fold, unless he limps of course, which he has been doing every single time, or he falls before me. And our previous loss of like the very first hand, I think it was, is already made good here. He folds again. Yeah, this guy plays really tight. So how do you extract chips from a tight player? You hope he makes a hand while you have hand. So we'll see, but here he folds. You can also just grind him down and play a bit more aggressive, but sometimes and then you have to give up some pots when they show aggression, I guess. Jack 9, he folds again. Like, yeah, we just grinding ourselves back into this because he folds. 3-10, I'll fold. Like, because he folds a lot, I can obviously fold a lot as well. A king out of position. Do want to see a flop, have an overcard. He should see bet. I think 5-6 is good, 8-10 is good, stuff like that. He just checks. I don't think that 4 made any difference. He could easily have checked with a 4 and want to get the showdown. Like the fact that I checked on the flop, and if I would bet on the turn, it wouldn't have made a difference. Like he should still assume my hand was bad, and that's the very first time he raised the button. So either he picked up an aggression or just got a decent card there, or decent cards. Well, no, my pawn picked up an aggression. Pretty terrible flop. He probably dunk bets, he doesn't, so we'll see bet here. He insta calls, which is pretty interesting, and then checks again. So either he's going for value or has a second nut flush draw. He could also have an ace and he's calling me down. I think I'm gonna try to bluff him off here. Like, if he has it, he has it. Yeah, he just had a strong ace. I'm surprised he keeps calling there with a strong ace. We do have the 10 here. He just checks. The 9 could make a difference, but not a huge one. And he calls me twice. That's interesting. Yeah, sees writing on the wall. Like, maybe he called with a 9, maybe he called with an 8, I'm not sure. Or he just called to gain information. I tend to do that as well sometimes if it's not too expensive. Like, he has a ship lead, he can easily do that. 10-8, I made the standard button raise, and he folds. So now just grinding ourselves back into it. This time we have ace queen. He folds his button though. 6 deuce, I'll fold. Don't like the hand anymore. Like, normally, 4-10, come on. Folder, folder. 7-9 I like a bit more. It connects on a lot of boards. It's still 2 overs to that board. He did call though, so let's assume if he calls here he has an ace. Or if he re-raises, he definitely has an ace. So he called. I'm still putting him on an ace. I think a bit check here. Okay, king was a bad card. Like any other card that I could bluff with. So yeah, he did indeed have the ace, and he wouldn't have folded even if I bet there. So this guy just plays really strong hands, limps with some. That flop was pretty terrible. And we're just gonna give it up, we're playing the board anyway. Wow, with flush game he would have gotten everything. So he got ace queen here. He folds again. He really folds a lot. So I should play a bit more careful, I think. Jack 7 offsuit, flop like this, pretty bad. An 8 makes me a good hand. Here we have an open ender. He had king 8. Queen 7 on the button though, queen on the button, always good. And he folds. But we do need to get something here, to get back into the game, because we're down. Suited ace, sure. I'm obviously not gonna go all in with it, but it's good enough to make the standard raise. King 9, I want to see a flop, he folds. 6-3, I will fold, yep. I was in position though, could easily have made a play, but not willing to. Now let's raise it to 60. I know it is a draw heavy hand, but he just limped here. It's not the very first time he limped. We actually flop a pretty sick flop. It's a bit worse now, but we still have a straight, so we'll bet it here like the 8 isn't gonna make a difference. The 5 just makes me a longer straight. Oh no, that just made me a straight. So let's bet 175 here. We're basically willing to go all in here, right? Yeah. Our hand was pretty good there. Ace 3 on a board like this. My ace is probably good and I want to go to showdown. My ace is probably still good. No, he had pocket fours. Like on a board of queen queen 8, he still would have called with pocket fours. So even if I bet, I just would have lost more money. Yeah, I'm not gonna bet this board. Like, so many cards have me beat. 7 queen suited, sure. He folds. So we are a bit better right now. Jack king, if he limps, I'm gonna raise, of course. Let's make it a bit higher than previously. Like 60 insta calls. We got top pair. We no longer have top pair, but okay. He calls, so he might have an ace. He doesn't. I'm surprised what he called with there. Maybe he had some kind of pocket. Ace queen here. If he bets, I'm gonna raise him, but he doesn't. So we're back to even again. Despite my early mistakes. And I do call them mistakes, it's basically a bad play on my end. 7-6, totally miss a flop like that. I can only hope for a 7 or 6 to come, because else he'll win this. Like, I can bluff at this, but I don't see why I would. If he plays tight, I'm just gonna play tight a bit. Like, normally you would do the opposite. If your opponent plays tight, you play aggressive. If your opponent plays aggressive, you play tight. That's normally what you should do. But my aggressive play usually isn't that great. I'm not that great at playing an aggressive player. It's actually harder to switch from being tight to aggressive than the other way around. So we get to pair here. And he folds though. Sad, I hoped he had something like an ace. We have an ace 4 again. So it's 2 in a row. 10-5 I'll fold. I think my opponent is willing to fold some hands, so I am as well. Queen 10, he folds. 8-4 suited, let's play it, see what he does. He has been folding a lot. So we have a gut shot and a flush draw. We won't draw to it for free, let's try to build a little pot. And just a c-bet, which he actually folded to. Like, we did have a decent hand there. Ace king, I'm willing to get it all in. He folded though. Queen 6 suited, queen on the button. Totally missed the flop. He can continue with an ace here. Without an ace on this board, it's pretty hard to continue. So I assume he has an ace there. If he leads out, I'm obviously gonna fold that. Yeah, that was just a value bet, I think. Like, he could have just bet 90 to try to steal the pot, but it felt like a value bet. On that flop, what do you call with? So we have a gut shot here. We also have the 7. We now have the second nut flush. Yep, we have the second nut flush, so his bet was an easy call. We could have even re-raised, but I don't think he's gonna call with much. Ace queen, pretty strong hand, especially suited. He followed though. So we're in the lead for now, we're just grinding him down. We have ace queen again. Do something, man, do something. He folds. Man, this guy, he folds a lot of hands. Maybe he knows what we have somehow? Nah, he doesn't. Like, a lot of people, and me as well at the start, like in ring games, I was like, how the hell does he do that? Like, they wait to call so long, and then eventually they do call and the card comes that they need. It's like they know when to call and to make their hand. But it's just obviously random variance, random luck, stuff like that. Him leading out there probably put him on. I've probably put him on a pocket pair that he tried to make a filler bet with. So here we have second pair and a gut shot. So I think it's fine. He did limp though, but I don't put him on an ace. It's a pretty dangerous board, so there's no point in just checking to him and giving him a free card if he wants it. 3-6. Like, if you have a really strong hand, like if he flopped a straight with 2 hearts, with the flush draw there as well, you would probably check it. Here I have bottom pair. I still have bottom pair. He limped, so I could put him on an ace. We make trips here, so trip trees, let's bet it. He makes the call and sees that I have trip trees. I'm surprised what he calls with though. Maybe he had one of those two. Maybe he thought it was on a flush draw because I checked it twice. I don't know. So he limps to me again. I have pocket 6s here. Flush draw gets in there, but I don't think he has it. He could easily have a queen or an 8. I think if he bets, I have to call. An ace is something he could have. Like it's a really good bluff card for him. He should bet on the river with an ace coming. 66 especially. Like why 66? Why? I'm gonna call here just to see what he had. He did indeed have the queen. 310 I will fold. That call was pretty weak of me. I knew he had me beat. And the fact that he limped with queen king was pretty odd. He then checked and gave me a free card. Yeah, okay. He checks here again, so after a long time though, so I assume he has something here. I'm just playing the board, so there's no way I'm ever calling any kind of bets. Queen 8 on the button, make the raise. Raising now is a bit stronger just because it's a lot more chips, of course. This guy is just a limper and allows me to see a lot of free flops. Like maybe he just feels that his post flop play is really good. I don't know, because yeah, limping with 6 jack, I wouldn't even limp with it. 7 jack on the other hand, way better. No, it isn't. So we get bottom pair on a really dangerous board. It's really hard for him to continue here, and he doesn't. We did have a pair, so we did have a hand. I'm still not a fan of his limping and then doing nothing kind of stuff. So yeah, again, king 10 limps. 10-5 suited will make the raise and a fold again. Like I just lost my blind, but I just steal his blind while doing nothing, while he limps with king 10. Maybe he tries to trap, I don't know. King here, please. No, I said a king, not 9. So that doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, I'm not even gonna call that. Like he just gave me 5 free cards. 7-10, yeah, sure. If he calls for once, he probably has a decent hand. Like he has been folding those blinds pretty much every single time. So we do have top pair here, and we have to protect it, I feel. Like if we don't, he's just gonna call with 2 overcards if I make a small bet. We did have top pair there. It was a pretty dangerous board, and it does fall to the c-bet. Is he gonna limp again? Nope, he's just folding. This is gonna be a long video though. 5-2 suited. Maybe I should have folded that and not made the standard 3-raise. Actually, I'm not looking into playing this pot. But again, he gives up his blind. 25-50 makes the game a bit more dangerous with re-raising. We do have king jack here, so let's go to 125. It's a pretty good hand, two-hander. Let's continue our story. The queen is the only card that I should be scared of, and he does fold. Ace jack, again, I'm gonna make the re-raise. I'm gonna re-raise him again, like if he calls I gain value or get an idea on what he has. He's looking to get it all in here, which is interesting. I'm just then gonna go to post flop. We have the nut flush draw, so I think if he shoves I'm gonna call. He had ace king, we get the nut flush, we win. I assumed he either had a higher pocket or a stronger raise, so that's why I just called pre-flop and didn't get all in, but then when I had nut flush draw, I was willing to go all in with it. Maybe still not the best play, but hey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.